Now, I'm sure y'all are quite curious why I asked you to come here today. And I promise we will get to that in a moment. But first, I personally believe it's slightly more important that you understand a little background about me before we begin. And let's get the obvious out of the way. Yes, Dr. Ronald J. Ugly is my real name. But no. My name is Tommy Bottoms. I am the creator and co-writer of Educated Gangster 101. Because a nigga with no attitude is just a nigga. And it might not have been a lifetime, but we have definitely done nigga to death. And it's not done to death. It's got to be on his last breath. Educated Gangster is a the play itself is a conversation, and that's the best way I like to describe it. Is a conversation, and that conversation is initiated by the main character, whose name is Dr. Ugly. Dr. Ugly is this kind of weird, kind of eccentric college professor, if you will, who works at a fictional university, Nat Turner Institute of Technology, and basically what his goal in life is to re-engineer the new nigga for the new millennium. And with that being said, that's basically a long way of saying creating an educated gangster. Well, they healthy in the FDA. They know the truth. That dollar man you gon' kill you. They lie to you, but don't tell you the fast food. Slave food. See, ain't no difference between chicken McNuggets and chitlins. It's simply low-quality food produced specifically for the poverty-stricken, not to mention the middle class who are just busting their ass looking for something quick and affordable to feed their children. And if you take the time to look at the bigger picture, you will see why the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting sicker. Dr. Ugly has a condition called hyperhumanoid dissociative disorder, which is a fancy way of saying he has these split personalities. And to put it simple, one is educated, one is gangster. But it's not that simple. Trapped. In fact, we are trapped in a world that creates too many niggas on programs that program and leave us on the wrong channel to channel our energy in the opposite direction of the direction that we should be traveling. And time is unraveling, but we continue to fail.
I played the character of Malcolm Farrakhan, which is Dr. Ugly's other side of his consciousness. Dr. Ugly has some kind of split personality disorder, and he has these two people, and different from most people, because most people got two people talking in their head. His things are actually live and animated. And Malcolm Farrakhan is the educated nerd side. And I speak a lot in poetry, which is really interesting. I'm real arrogant, cutthroat type dude. I don't play no game. I went to the University of Arrogance when I got straight A's and being an asshole. So yeah, that's my character, man.
They playing both sides on some Peter Rose, like we don't know this is happening. Don't underestimate us. We're so much more than the NBA and trafficking and buck passing. Why y'all harassing us? And if these blocks could talk, what would they tell you? And if these blocks could talk, what would they tell you?
I play a pimp named Felonious Nigga, all one word, no last name. And what he is the ghetto edge of a conscience. He's a consciousness that we all may have. He's kind of like reminiscent of the red and the angel and the devil on your shoulder. And it's kind of like one of them things where you take he's the lesser of a lot of evils, but he ain't quite, don't take him for the, I think Dre from Outkast says something. Everybody with dreads ain't for the cause, and everybody with goals ain't down for the fall. So the same, that's what it is. It's one of them things. Don't judge the book by its cover. read the preface at least. Find out where I've been. I'm traveling.
Okay, so
Obviously, brother, what you fail to recognize while you were here being terribly disrespectful to me, which you have been since we stepped foot in this crazy doctor's office. I have yet to come at you with anything but respect, but love while you sit here in your self-hate suit. By the way, sir, I have nothing but love and respect for you. I have nothing but love and respect for you and for every brother on the face of this planet. You understand me? You don't need no plain Jane, don't need no Lois Lane. What you need is a Supergirl to hold it down.
I play Jasmine Love. Once I come out of my wig, nobody knows that I'm even in the play. It's okay. I am the R&B suburbanite, somewhat boule, the Jack and Jill of America, the highly affected, affluent black female character who happens to have a record deal. She's about to break out in her R&B music career, and Dr. Ugly has to make sure that she is capable of saving the universe with her music.
Black women were mostly attracted to a man that might work in a factory. 60, 70 hours a week. Maybe bootleg some beer on Sunday, just to make sure that his kids eat, make sure that his ends meet. But basically what I'm saying is that black women demanded that a man be a man. And more importantly, that he was a father. But all that was soon to change after the CIA flooded the community with crack cocaine and quick money in order to fund the Contras. That's when black women in the 80s, y'all started going
dope boy crazy.
Started choosing dudes that thought it was cool to sleep to noon.
Hey.
The women in the audience seem to respond to my character. It's only two female characters on stage in a very what I consider male-driven play, because the male cast members do so much of the talking and so much of the driving the plot forward. So I appreciate the fact that my character gets across very poignant points about womanhood and about being being women in a community of black people.
Yeah, the point is, Dr. Ugly, that like you, John Brown believed he could save niggas from themselves, never comprehending that most of these niggas don't want change. Oh, they claim they won't change, but no, these ignorant, brainwashed niggas don't want anything different. Even Harry Tubman said, I freed thousands of slaves and would have freed thousands more had they knew they were slaves. And that's why you can't save these niggas, Doc. They don't even know that they niggas. And don't care that they don't know that they're niggas.
I play Raekwon Jackson. I am, although Dr. Ugly calls himself the supervillain, I am the villain archetype in the play. I play Raekwon Jackson. Raekwon Jackson is a reformed drug dealer that has become a Republican talk show host. So that's the character that I play. I play this Republican, and I said this to Tommy, and I think I probably said it to Georgie. And a lot of people don't realize that you have more black Republicans come from the ghetto, from the hood, than you have black Democrats. But a lot of people don't realize that. So I said, okay, I could play that once I seen the character and studied the character. And so when I realized I was the villain archetype, I just took it a step further. So I had people tell me when they heard it, they said, he sounds like an old, even though he plays a young adult in his 30s, he sounds like an old Mississippi white man.
But you're much too sophisticated to say such a thing. But when your favorite little club or lounge puts up a sign that says no white tees, no sneakers, and no hoodies, who do you think they're trying to keep out? Huh? I'll tell you. Niggas! But let some white folks pull some legal tomatoes to keep your black ass from voting, or to keep your black ass from joining their social club. You'll be the first one running to old permed out, camera chasing Reverend Al, screaming fire. But I'm the one with the self-hate, I tell you.
Oh, there's an Uncle Tom, man.
Uncle what? Uncle what? There you go. There you go. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. The air has finally been cleared in our proper categories. You're
I
fine.
have such a funny time trying to explain to people what Educated Gangster is, because we have the tagline of it being spoken word, hip hop, opera, musical, poetry. You know, we have like all of these ways to describe it, and it is all of that. It is a choreo poem. It is spoken word. It is theater. It is performance. It is just all of those things in one. But what really stuck with me is that it's an educational tool as well. And that this isn't dumbed down, there's no holds barred. Like, this is really in your face, like what the art intention is about, and getting back to like our roots in hip hop, when we had all of the 5 elements, when we were able to tap into everything that hip hop brought to the table. And so we dropped the knowledge at some point. And so for me, Educated Gangster brings back the knowledge as an element to hip hop.
Oh, the pain I see. The deuce juice to help ease the load is busted upon me, pouring excuses. Trying to avoid the fight to come is useless. Hey, use this. The broom I use to slew a slave already dead anyway. If it's a knife fight, it's from gunplay. I seen that man hide with that boy and raise that runaway. Hell, folks around and nobody got shit to say. And everyone's seen it with their own eyes. Just refuse to recognize their contribution to the hood's demise.
Character's name is Madam T.D. Beautiful, the interim president at Nat Turner Institute of Technology, where Dr. Ugly is part of the staff. And I'm his nemesis. And it's who I am, but not. Because I don't put limitations on my verbiage. I don't put limitations on other people and how they should be. But Madam Beautiful believes there's a certain decorum and a certain way that we should be, represent ourselves, our agenda, how we move. And it's just bossy. She's just a boss chick. You know what I'm saying? She's from the hood, which I love. That's me. But it's really all my friends. All of my friends are very successful collegiates from the hood. Even if it took them 15 years to get out of college.
We get you a position at this university. We pay you a good salary. And all that we ask is that you not embarrass the university or the program. It's bad enough we have to deal with your schizophrenia, bipolar nibble mess.
Nibble.
The Negro symbol. Then on top of that, you can't even come to a simple faculty function without being towed down, slithered, picked up. Then I come in here and catch you squared off with a young man you invited to this university to be a part of another one of your crazy experiments. Well, Dr. Ugly, this is it. The line, and you crossed it. I swear.
Gangster 101 is talking about how we allow these people to dictate our worth, how we allow these people to dictate our living, how we allow these people to decide how we are represented in the world, period. And I love it. I've always been one who was like, you know, I love Public Enemy, I love KRS-One, love Poor Righteous Teachers, but when NWA came, the whole game changed. It was like, forget all these positive, amazing brothers who here for the revolution. Let's just talk about the ones that want to be at their lowest self. And then that's a misrepresentation of NWA too. Because NWA was radicals. They just diminished them to the lowest form they could. And then they said bump the radical in them, because F the Police is revolution.
Nigga, the progressive white say. It's the song of your twisted wrongs I play so my civil rights don't decay. But that expression is snide. It makes me cringe. Well, I am expressing the snide. You need to cringe. You're on the outside looking in. I'm in the inside looking in. We're all equalized kin, but equal is not the lives of the kin. You speak of racism's demise in regards to skin, but can't speak for them eyes behind guarded skin. You get upset and disturbed when you hear me spill the nigga name, then try to check my words like you can really feel our pain. As we crawl through the system, because nigga laws are unwritten. Our endeavors, your blue eyes haven't seen them. So don't attempt to cook the hog maws and the chitlins when you ain't never had to clean them. Our blood is soiled and stained from toiling in the pain. We don't care if whites is like this word we salute. Us niggas, we put a steam in our veins by dry cleaning that nigga name and wearing it like a black pinstripe suit. So go and pet your pee with your head hung high because you heard a dirty lion whose tongue doesn't tie. Man, this cat don't give a damn because my youth is too do or die. Look at my mane because I'm fly, flicking a pole to the sky. African American and black has appeal when the sky's picture is blue. But when the hard times become real, and these concrete jungles is where that ass gotta live, then it's that nigga that's gonna get you through. I am nigga that's all. Hear me roar, hear me roar. In the bowels of the jungle, hear a dirty lion roar.
This is part of the conversation. And we don't necessarily throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's some qualities of the nigga that we should keep. But there's a whole lot of it that we need to examine and take a real hard look at ourselves and not just, you know, and the biggest part of it is taking responsibility, because I like to look at myself and everybody in this cast as we birthed this generation. We birthed hip hop. You know, not us specifically, but as a generation. We birthed this thing, and just like anybody who birth a child, you're responsible for the outcome of that child.